Hey folks, Rachana Ranade here and I welcome you all to yet another shoot and release video. Well, this video was not planned, I'll be very honest with you. Yesterday I did a live stream and everyone was, I was really overwhelmed with yesterday's live stream. Everyone was wishing me for my birthday. We did discuss one stock yesterday, which is a fundamentally strong stock, and I got a lot of requests that I should do one more birthday special stock discussion, and that is the reason why I am doing the stock discussion today, okay. If you saw my yesterday's live stream, I discussed CAMs and I said that two things is what I always look for. Number one, is the sectoral theme something which really excites me? For example, capital market as a theme really excites me, is the point number one. And number two, I always would give a shade higher preference where there is no extreme competition. For example, in case of the entire capital market space, or to be specific RTA space, only two players, key players are there. One is CAMS and K Fintech. So the overall competition is extremely less, right? Similar analogy if I were to build for today's stock, there is one more theme which I really like, which is the travel theme, okay. And in travel, if you ask me if I'm talking about the airline space, of course everyone will agree with me that overall there are only two major players in India right now, one being Interglobe Aviation, that is IndiGo, and the second one is Air India, right? But of course, if I'm talking about listed space, Air India is not listed, and that is the reason why we would be talking about IndiGo today. We are talking about IndiGo Airlines, and this video is, this entire discussion that we are going to do today is a part of my birthday special stock. Two things, this is a shoot and release video, so if I just fumble upon something, please don't forget to check out the pinned comment and the description box. Number two, this is nowhere close to a recommendation. I am going to in fact tell you that after doing the entire analysis, if one feels that, okay, I'm going to do my analysis, and if a person feels that, okay, I feel this stock is good, and if he or she were to go ahead and buy the stock, then what are the two additional things that that person must understand, and then only take the ultimate decision. So from my side, this is just a summary video, an analysis video you may say. Final decision of buying, selling is ultimately yours, okay. So let's understand some key points about Interglobe Aviation. By the way, this was, again one more disclaimer, this was my stock of the month for June 2024. For those who don't know what is stock of the month, we do have a pro investor membership, and in that I discuss one stock in absolute detail, and I'll tell you how different it is from our normal YouTube videos. Normal YouTube videos may be around 10-15 minutes, but the stock of the month video is on an average 45 minutes. In fact, this video was almost a 1 hour long video, and the members appreciate it so much. Even sometimes I get some amazing comments. I'll show you this comment. I've of course hidden the name of the pro investor member. He says, a big round of applause to you and your team for the efforts taken in making such in-depth analysis of Interglobe Aviation Limited, and thank you and for sharing insights about the operations of an airline business as a whole. Keep the hard work on. Rachana ma'am, you rock. Captain, I've hidden his name, and he's an IndiGo pilot. I also had a word with him over the phone, and he said he has been flying IndiGo for so many years now, but he said after watching your video, I could understand so many more things about the business model of IndiGo. So if you are wanting to invest in knowledge, I'm very happy to extend this offer till the 29th of June, because all these offers that I gave yesterday on my birthday, they were valid only till 26th, but because of the ultimate response that I got, I thought of extending this. So you may use the same coupon codes RR15 to get a 15% off, birthday to get a 20% off on combination courses. I have extended this offer till Sunday, just as a small thank you from my side. And anyone who is interested to learn Hindi, courses in Hindi, I have just launched a new course which is Basics of Stock Market Hindi mein, and it's an introductory offer that you get, and plus it is an introductory price, plus you can also use this coupon code to get it at a way cheaper cost, right? So I hope with this basics are clear. Don't forget to use the coupon codes, and the link is there in the pinned comment description box. Talking about IndiGo, I hope everyone knows it's a low cost airline. No need for me to tell you what does the company do. You know it, but it maintains over 60% market share, okay. Current market share is almost 65%, and it's like an undisputed leader in the industry. Flew almost 118.6 million passengers in FY25. It was an 11% increase on a year-on-year basis, 11% passenger growth on a year-on-year basis. But like I said, see, we are going to discuss about fundamentals, everything, but two things which are very, very important, which you should know before taking a final decision on this stock. One is crude versus IndiGo. Just see what is the connection between crude and IndiGo. For IndiGo, crude cost is going to be a major cost for them. So whenever crude price rises, so this UK oil is basically crude in red and IndiGo is in blue color. Okay, so whenever crude prices rise, IndiGo stock typically falls. Okay, see here crude prices were falling, IndiGo was rising. Exactly same discussion you can see here. It was rising first, falling later. Crude stock falling first, rising later. Correct? Then one or two, I mean small periods is where you can see is that they could go in tandem. It is called as decoupling effect. So typically would go in an opposite direction rather than the normal correlation. But here also you can see very clearly that see it's actually going in this direction, and at absolute last numbers is where crude oil is now going down and the stock is going up. Okay, so whenever any person does the full analysis, and if that person feels I'm going to buy, please don't buy it when crude oil is at low points, because that is when stock is going to be high. You may not get at a bargained price. What typically could be considered is whenever there are some bad news about crude. I have seen this in the past that stock corrects 3%, 3.5%, 4% in a single day. That could be a day when you get it at a lucrative price. Okay, this is one point. And one more point is about the promoter holding. I'm sure you have read this, read about this. One is the two key promoters. One is Mr. Rakesh Gangwal. The other one is Mr. Rahul Bhatia. See, Rakesh Gangwal ji and the trust basically has been selling their stake quite systematically through maybe block deals, bulk deals, whatever. But again, just check, go to TradingView, and whenever you see a volume spike, that is when the promoters might have sold their stake. And you would see that whenever there is a stake sale, stock has typically corrected again 3%, 4%, whatever. So if one were to buy after analyzing everything, at least that person ideally should be smart enough and not buy on those days when everything is good, when the stock is up. Doesn't make sense. Whenever there is a stake sale, there will be nice 3-4% correction, you get it at a discount. Whenever crude oil prices, some bad news comes, the stock will fall. That could be one more day when you can get it at a comparatively discounted price. Okay, so I hope this point is also clear. Some smarter ways to take a decision. Now talking about the financials. Okay, first and foremost, if you see, revenue has been continuously increasing. If I'm talking about YOY, revenue growth 18%. Expenses have been increasing. Expenses have grown at 21%. EBITDA has been continuously increasing. By the way, this is EBITDA. R stands for the rentals as well, aircraft rentals. And if you see here, EBITDA has also grown by 21%. Only thing is that PAT has gone down by roughly 11%. Okay, there are multiple reasons for that. If EBITDA is growing at such a nice pace, why is PAT going down? There were multiple reasons. Nothing is a big worry, to be honest. You can imagine something like a little bit interest cost going up, currency playing the bad guy's role, because see, whenever currency goes up, it's going to be a problem for them. Okay, so all in all, nothing to worry here in PAT. PBT has not gone down by 11%. PBT I think was down by somewhere around 5 to 7% down. Okay, so this is about financials. All in all, above average. Okay, for those who hate this stock, this is one point which they always say: debt to equity ratio 7.21, madness. Many say, Rachana ma'am, you only tell us that debt to equity ideally should be not more than 2:1, and this is 7.2. Understand, this is an extreme capital intensive business. If you want to operate an airline business, you have to have a lot of money, and that you will have to take a debt to operate into such a business. Now, what would be a key factor that I would check? Number one, okay, debt to equity is high, agreed. But question is, debt ke samne, I mean, against debt, how much cash level do you have? So if you see here, this is rupees, you can see here 1,88,297, this is rupees in million. So in simple words, you can say that overall, so by the way, let me just take this as a final number. Let's not split it like this, how much internally. Let's take the total number directly. 66,809 crores. Correct? Debt is 66,809 crores, and it is a 30% rise from this number. Okay, wait. Now agreed, 30% rise in debt is a big number, but against this debt, how much is the cash component? They have 4,81,705 million, that is 48,000 crores of cash and cash equivalent. So they have 48,000 crores of cash. Against that, they have a 66,000 crores ka debt. Not bad, number one. Number two, if you still want, you can also check something known as an interest service coverage ratio. Okay, higher the better. and their interest service coverage ratio is comfortable. Okay, I've explained all these terms in my stock of the month video, pro investor membership video. You could also check debt service coverage ratio. Okay, so these are some more additional points that you can check for debt levels. Some other matrices. ASK, what is that? Average overall, see, this is seat kilometers, average seat kilometers. So this basically talks about how much is the capacity that they have. Okay, capacity about seat kilometers means how much revenue could they generate. That is a possibility here. Again, obviously answer is higher the better, and it has increased by 13%. What is RPK? Revenue passenger kilometer. So again, how much is the revenue that you are generating per passenger per kilometer? Correct? Revenue that you are generating per passenger per kilometer. Acha, I said average or what? I think it is available. Just check one more time. A is available, na? Available. I think I said average. Sorry. So available seat kilometers. How much available capacity they have, and out of this available seat kilometers, how much is the revenue passenger kilometers capacity that they are actually using it. So again, here also number will be higher the better, and it has increased 15%. Now understand. We'll also talk about this quickly. Passenger revenue has seen a growth of 15%, but capacity has increased 13%. What does this mean? It is primarily driven by improvement in unit passenger revenue. See, ideally, if capacity has increased 13%, my revenue should have also increased by 13% if all seats have been occupied, correct? But there is a 2% alpha. It means that from per seat, they are able to generate more revenue. Whatever is the available seat also, they are able to generate more revenue. So always, again, this will be seen as a good sign. Number of aircrafts have increased, domestic destinations have increased, international destinations have increased. I mean, all these key airline matrices are giving showing a very nice picture. Okay. Any risks? Of course, they have a high dependence on Airbus fleet. Whenever they have expansion plans, and if Airbus delays the delivery of aircrafts, they will not be able to take the future plans as per their pre-set plans, right? Second, one more issue that they had faced in the previous year as well was aircraft delivery delays due to Pratt & Whitney engine issues. So the company which makes engines, one of the famous companies is Pratt & Whitney, and there were some technical errors because of which the planes were grounded. How many planes were grounded? Q2 FY25, almost mid 70s. So you can imagine 74, 75, 76. These many aircrafts are grounded. It is there, but they can't use it because there are apparently some engine issues. Lower the better on ground aircraft. So this number has improved from 70 to 40. Why I am saying improved from 70 to 40? Lower number of aircrafts grounded is equal to more aircrafts are flying is equal to they are able to generate more revenue. But if they are not able to do this, then that will be like a risk. See, there are so many terms in this, something like a damp lease, something like a wet lease, something like a dry lease. Absolute detail discussed in Pro Investor video. Okay. Ongoing Iran-Israel conflict, which can lead to airspace closures. Now you can imagine if a flight were to take off from India to the western part of the world, they generally fly over the Gulf countries, and if they block their airspace, we have to either take a detour from the southern part or from the northern part. That requires more fuel. It will increase fuel cost and also flight time. Okay, that could be one more risk for the company. What are the opportunities? Very important opportunity. Credit rating upgrade. They have gotten an investment grade from Moody's. Now, why is this important? Please understand. A company like IndiGo, which has a debt to equity ratio of 7:1, they would need more and more debt. And if their investment, if they have a better grade, something like an investment grade, credit rating is good, they can raise capital at a lower interest rate. Lower interest rate is equal to their profitability will increase. Okay, so one important point. Number two, they are targeting 40% plus international share or international capacity by 2030, and current share is 28%. From 28%, they are trying to take it to 40%, and for that they have done strategic partnerships with Delta, Air France, KLM, Virgin Atlantic and other airlines like even Japan Airlines, Qantas for code sharing activities. Again, code sharing in itself is a technical term. Just to give you a quick example, let's say if a company, a flight were to take off from, let's say, Pune to Tokyo. There is no direct flight, by the way, but as an example, right? So they'll have a code sharing. So it will be IndiGo airline only, but let us say from Pune to Delhi, there is IndiGo, and from Delhi to Tokyo, there will be some tie-up with Japan Airlines. Okay, so that's something like code sharing, just as a base example. One more important opportunity is that there are so many new airports that are coming up. For example, you might have heard about this Navi Mumbai airport. Even Hyderabad airport, I read in the last week's newspaper, they are revamping it. They are, I think, increasing one more runway, one or two more terminals, cargo terminal, passenger terminal. So all these increase in infrastructure will lead to opportunities for a company like IndiGo. Plus, they have also introduced their blue chip loyalty program for frequent flyers. Obviously, so for example, I am also a frequent flyer for, so I am a part of their loyalty program. And whenever I have to fly, I'll say that, okay, I'll give preference to IndiGo. Why? I get more points when I travel. And these points could then be redeemed against some future flights. Okay, so it will basically ensure that they retain their customers. Okay, and they can align their premium product launches as well. So these are basic things. I hope you have understood a lot of points about IndiGo. I'll just quickly revamp, I'll just quickly redo or quickly revise what we did till now. Number one, we started with what? We started with IndiGo Airlines. Why this stock we discussed as a birthday special? I said I like the theme. I said duopoly. Okay. Then we talked about the business model, low cost air carrier they are. But of course, there is some news about it also going into business class. Okay, so we'll talk about that. Then we talked about 2 points where if you were to buy based on your own decision, check 2 things if you want to buy the stock at a discount. Whenever bad news about crude oil comes up, that could be one good point. And promoter holding, stock will fall, that could be again good point, because you will get a stock at a lower price. Financials are definitely good. We did talk about one more ratio, point of concern, debt to equity, which is not a concern. We did talk about risks. We did talk about certain opportunities. And towards the end, today I am going to give you a homework. And what is the homework? Homework is you have to check, you have to give me in the comment section, do they have placed any orders for new planes? And just tell me, yes, XYZ number of planes, source, whatever. One liner. I want you all to do this as a homework. Okay. You have to tell me if you know something about their business class. Okay. Read and one liner about business class. And also if you can read through some commentary on increasing passenger traffic. Now what is this? If there is there is a consensus right now that the domestic travel will increase, international travel will increase. By how much? Did you find any article or not? Write in one liner. At least either of the 3 is what I expect. So don't forget to do the homework, and don't also forget to check out this offer which we have extended till 29th June. Use coupon code RR15 for single courses, and for combination courses you can use the coupon code birthday. I hope you enjoyed one more birthday special stock. If you did, please don't forget to smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye bye.